Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Woodard here, the man from back east that solved Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. I'm making this video in regards to Gold and Greed, the new Netflix 3-segment series that's coming out, and I'm just letting the world know that Netflix doesn't realize this, but they are actually promoting a fraudulent treasure hunt with their miniseries that they're going to be putting out for Gold and Greed. I have evidence that Shiloh Old murdered Forrest Fenn. Completely 100% murdered, straight up. Took Forrest Fenn out because Forrest Fenn was going to expose Shiloh Old for stealing that treasure chest and coming up with a fraudulent ending in Wyoming.
Now, Shiloh is asked by Forrest to go check on the treasure chest before the park closes.
In the fraudulent, forged Wyoming document.
Put us en route to that 1021 Old Santa Fe Trail call. We're going to divert from this one.
Santa Fe check. Once again, DNR is in place, 9 Omega 1. Head for engine 4. There is a nurse on scene, a family member. Airways are open on the floor, still unconscious, is breathing. And medic for engine 4 is a 17 Delta 3, still unconscious, is breathing. 1021 Old Santa Fe Trail, we have a male in his 90s, not conscious, is breathing. Medic 3, it's going to be at 1021 Old Santa Fe Trail. The patient was on hospice and DNR in place. The patient was on hospice and DNR in place. The patient was on hospice and DNR in place. The patient was on hospice and DNR in place.
10-4, what time did the call come in at?
That was at 8:36 is what I'm seeing. Yeah, it looks like a 90-year-old male that was not conscious, breathing, reference to a fall.
Santa Fe engine 4.
Engine 4.
Yes, ma'am. Can you send PD to this location, and then the family's requesting the OMI, or through PD, OMI be initiated.
Santa Fe check.
Were you able to notify OMI yet?
High amounts of calls now, I apologize. I'll try and call them now if I have a chance.
Do you know who's on call?
Negative, ma'am. I'll have to grab the folder. Give me just one moment. 7T14? Yeah, ma'am. Sorry for the delay. So we are calling OMI now. I believe it's going to be Mr. Ben Barros.
I guess he was at the hospital and they couldn't pronounce him there for some reason, so they had to take him back to the house and then to get him pronounced over there. I'm not sure what's for you.
The patient was on hospice and DNR in place. CPR will not be in progress.
Old Santa Fe Trail.
1021 Old SF Trail. Okay.
It's another natural causes. 90-year-old male.
Okay. 20 minutes. I'll head out right now.
All right, thank you. Hi, is this Ben Barnes?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Chris with the Santa Fe City Police Department.
Hey.
Hi, we had another call for you.
Alrighty. Go ahead with the address.
So it's
Calisteo. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's I had the wrong call pulled up. It's 1021 Old Santa Fe Trail.
1021 Old SF Trail. Okay.
It's another natural causes. 90-year-old male.
Okay. 20 minutes. I'll head out right now.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
And most people don't understand that, but this is factual information that I've investigated over 5 years now. The murder for the past couple of years, after I had some assistance from one of the people involved with this criminal enterprise. So, nothing against Netflix, but they are putting out false information with this video. And the greed will probably include me, because they're saying I'm going after the family for the treasure, for reparations in having that treasure chest stolen from me. So the information that you're going to be fed with a golden greed is basically all fraud. And the majority of the people in the video are involved in that cover-up. All of the people in the video have gotten paid to put out bogus information for the public, just to get more confused. They're not going to have any answers for a 9-clue solve. They're going to tell you this is what Forrest Fenn wanted. It wasn't what he wanted, folks. If you listen to Forrest Fenn at the end of his life, that last 3 months, he was tricked, along with the actual guy who solved it, me. We were tricked into believing that the treasure ending was legit. Forrest Fenn announced me at the end, even though they won't admit it, the man from back east is me. And the cover-up is enormous. It goes all the way. The evidence that I have that the Santa Fe Police Department dropped the ball on Forrest Fenn's murder is a shame. It's actually shameful that the police didn't investigate that scene for murder, because they were called on an unattended death, natural death of a heart attack. They forged, I believe they paid off the OMI. And if you don't know what the OMI is, so they had been in contact with they requested specifically to talk to the OMI to show up. The actual scene, 7:15, supposedly Sharon Chavez finds Forrest Fenn fallen in his den. Now the wounds are not consistent with a fall in a den. First of all, everybody knows that. Those wounds are consistent with somebody falling down 14 flights of stairs and a nail being at the bottom to puncture a wound in the skull of Forrest Fenn. So Forrest Fenn did not fall in his den, like they said. After she found him at 8:15, it took 26 minutes before they finally called 911. Shiloh Old called Zoe and Micah to come help him figure out what they were going to do. Because Shiloh Old, whether he was with his father, David, who took out Forrest Fenn with Shiloh, or he was with his cousin, Doug Orm, or somebody else. But Shiloh didn't do it alone. He didn't have the strength. Shiloh is disgraceful. He murdered Forrest Fenn to protect him stealing that treasure chest from me and lying about it, coming up with a gigantic fraudulent ending. And they had 10 months to plan this before Shiloh sent the anonymous picture to Forrest Fenn on June 5th, 2020. That's when Forrest received the initial validation that the treasure chest was dug up, because Forrest Fenn asked Shiloh in September of 2019 to go check on it. And that's when Shiloh Old took pictures of it, took some of the items because nothing was itemized, and then went back November 4th with some other people, probably Micah Old, Greg Allen, and Cynthia Meacham, Sasha Dent, Sasha Johnson at the time. All of these people were involved with stealing that treasure chest from the man from back east. They thought it'd be fun to take the treasure chest because I hadn't retrieved it, because that secret was between Forrest Fenn and I. But Forrest Fenn made the mistake of trusting Shiloh Old. So the dates that I have of evidence and them admitting when they went, well, they're not even admitting anything, because Jack Stuef does not have to tell his solution to the world, even though he doesn't have one. That's what's crazy about this whole story, folks. The Department of Justice in New Mexico is protecting Jack Stuef from telling his solution that he doesn't have. They're protecting him because the people involved are New Mexico judges, New Mexico lawyers with spouses that are a judge, and the connections that they've had and the people that they brought in to protect them from the actual guy who solved Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt is incredible. The amount of people that are involved in this fraudulent ending treasure hunt is inconceivable, because Shiloh Old has given the treasure to a lot of the people inside of the treasure hunt, the Fenn treasure hunt community. And it's been admitted, people were getting gold coins and nobody knew why.
I saw Forrest Fenn's $3 million treasure hunt, so I know how to solve the crimes that went along with the fraudulent reveal of the fake Jack Stuef. Now, after 3.5 years of investigating, I've uncovered a gigantic web of conspirators that have been accepting bribes of gold coins and gifts from my treasure chest.
So wait, stop there. That kind of is like a good point, right? I mean, so many people were given a coin. How many coins have we counted now that people have admitted receiving for free in the mail? Mysterious. Like, there's what, 3 that I know of?
I didn't get no coins.
Well, I'm just saying, but like, that's a good point that he made there, because we've seen it go down.
Don't be that guy.
No, keep going though, but I'm gonna stop you when he says something.
Don't be that guy.
Just fucking read.
Don't be that
You're
fucking
doing
guy.
good.
You're gonna be mute.
You're doing good. Just keep going.
Dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh no, you big dummy. Oh no, you big dummy. You dummy. You big dummy. You're a big dummy there. I'm not kidding you. You're a big dummy. Dummy. Listen to it, dummy. You dummy, you.
I love
How
that.
come Forrest's property hasn't sold? Anybody know? I mean, are they asking too much? What's the deal?
Because I own the title.
To Forrest Fenn's house.
I own it all.
Are you in Colorado right now?
Well, yeah, I own it all. I own it all.
And I bet I could guess how.
I bet you can. I own it all.
So don't you fuck with me, Greg. I'll let you have your power on your show because I love you, brother, but don't fuck with me.
It's okay. You'll get something in
You
the
heard
end.
what I said.
I own it all.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take it all. I'm going to run it all, too.
You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh no, you big dummy. Oh no, you big dummy. You dummy. big dummy there. I'm not kidding you. You're a big dummy. Dummy. Listen to it, dummy.
Excuse me, Greg, I guess I know what it is you wanted to know about. My opinion of what Dave Woodard is doing, I believe it is very calculated. It is wrong. It is extortive in manner, and it serves no good purpose whatsoever in this chase, other than for him to attempt to get something he does not deserve.
Some of us believe in a second box. Some of us believe in a title. Now, if you want to believe that the family is doing shit illegally, that's fine. But don't attach hundreds of people to emails, to courts, to stuff like that. Come on, people. And then I got people sitting here emailing left and right to courts and shit. And then Dave Woodard, I get a fucking phone call from a judge that I know, you dumb son of a bitch. This is how dumb you are. I know the judge. And he calls me. You look like a fucking idiot. You look crazy. Stop with the bullshit. Yeah, this is Iran. Okay? This is Iran. Don't worry about it, everybody. This is me ranting a little bit.
Hi folks, Rudy Green here. Just got this package, and it is signature required, which is not usual for me. When I looked at the return address, I noticed that it is a law firm that you might recognize. So, let's open it up, see what's inside. Hands are kind of shaking a little bit. So there's a note. Thank you for finding the miracle on Chase Underground. Holy shit.
And I have it all on video, folks. I have the evidence. I have the evidence of Greg Allen complaining that he knows that the actual solver was screwed over. But then when he got paid $2 million, laughing at me 2 years later, he backs the family 100%. Ben Napple accepted a gold card, a chase card, whatever you want to call it, from Chase Underground, Chase Inc. He admitted that even if he took it, he did it for the better of the Fenn community, not for himself. So that was probably another $500,000 Chase card. I don't know. I got invited to that Chase Underground, Chase Inc. They wanted to send me a Chase card. I knew it was a fraudulent conspiracy growing, and I refused it. But I had an invitation for that Chase card that all of these bloggers accepted. K-Pro, Calazars, they got at least 17 coins. They're doing really good. They're doing really good with stolen treasure being given to them, and comic books that were out of Forrest Fenn's vault that he had for the solver, which I've already uncovered the truth about that too. And I know, with all the evidence I have. But the murder, they can't get out of the murder. But the Santa Fe Police Department will not reinvestigate this, my request for them to reopen the case for Forrest Fenn. So I've reached out to the public. But because I'm being blocked by these criminals in their group of really smart and savvy computer whiz kids that Shiloh's hired, all to block me. I know. I could tell from my Facebook and my YouTube that I've been blocked. A lot of people with great comments and great imagination that actually know that the treasure hunt revolved around comic books. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comic book characters hidden throughout Forrest Fenn's stories. Those are the treasures inside. There's treasures inside Forrest Fenn's stories. And they took that premise and they tried to create a duplicate treasure hunt of fraud. Basically, there's treasures inside. JCB is a fraudulent treasure hunt that's using some of Forrest Fenn's pieces of gold, some of the olive jar, whatever. That olive jar has been tampered with about 6 times already. They've changed that olive jar to cover up the fraud, to cover up the murder. And I'm here to expose them, and I'm going to let the world know that there's some horrible people that you're watching in that Netflix documentary about gold and greed. The greed is all of the Fenn community wanting a piece of that treasure, of my treasure, because it's so easy to come by. All you have to do is, if you want a gold coin, just tell Shiloh or put it online that the whole thing is fraudulent, and he'll invite you into the Chase Underground, and you can get some gold coins. You can get some gold dust. You can get some gold Chase card. They offer you everything. They give all of the Fenn community, the cult, all kinds of gifts to protect the crimes of fraud, murder, criminal organization. Santa Fe Police Department involved with the cover-up. I've asked them, they don't want to come forward and reinvestigate Forrest Fenn. Then the Santa Fe Police Department has committed a crime of hiding evidence that Forrest Fenn was murdered, because anybody can look at the documents of the Wyoming documents 2 weeks before Forrest Fenn passed away with a bullet wound in his head. And the evidence, folks, 7:30, they called 911 for falls. The fire department came, took Forrest Fenn to the hospital because he had so many wounds on his body. So they called the fire department because Forrest Fenn had a DNR for if something natural happened, they wouldn't revive him. But this was unnatural. This was murder, physically beaten the hell out of with a puncture wound, cuts in his face, 2 different areas, a broken nose, all bruised up, a bruised trapezoid, a black and blue on the back of his shoulder that was hidden from the public, because when they rolled him up in some of the pictures, it was hidden in the pictures. The way they hid this murder was disgraceful. It was disgusting. The Santa Fe Police Department fell for ruling that a natural causes, because they were called for a natural causes death. So they didn't go there expecting a delivery, but they were called 7 hours later. 911 for an unattended death. That's why the police department went to Forrest Fenn's home, and Zoe spoke with them outside, told them specifically, I want this to remain as much confidentiality as they could do. Confidentiality, because they were covering up murder. That's why, not because of how popular Forrest Fenn was. Forrest Fenn was an amazing guy, but he was murdered over this treasure hunt because he was not going to let Shiloh Old get away with it. And whoever was with Shiloh Old that day, that morning, with him at 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever time they were there to confront Forrest Fenn about the lies that they finally had to go. Forrest Fenn knew that Wyoming document was not his signature. And any fucking 2-year-old can look at that and go, that's not his signature. He has a signature. All of his autographs are the same as a document that was submitted in June 24, 2020, shortly after Forrest Fenn received the anonymous picture. They wanted him to put a document out saying that treasure's been found. Forrest Fenn did it. Forrest Fenn put that document out, and he signed it. And that signature is different than the Wyoming document 2 months later. But all of his other autographs match that June 24th, 2020 document that Forrest Fenn signed. So you have 10 years of autographs, signatures, his signature in the book in Too Far to Walk, where the map is. And all of those signatures are the same, except for the Wyoming document that has a forged signature, because they did it behind Forrest Fenn's back to stop everybody from trying to sue them and stopping me from coming after them for the actual treasure that they stole from me. So they're going to call me greedy in this documentary. I have no doubt. But they won't bring up my name because they don't want people to know who I am. Because when I put this video out on my YouTube, it won't go anywhere. 100 people will watch it. If I put it on my Facebook, it goes, but I don't get any comments. Nobody comments on my videos, which are really actually awesome. I have a very, very unique way of expressing myself through my videos. And if you've watched my videos, you will not understand a lot of what's going on, because in my mind, I know everything that's going on. I had a brain injury. I see things differently, but I can put pictures up and be talking and understand what both of them are together. Some people can't do that. So they have to pause the videos to read the descriptions to understand the amount of superheroes and movie stars and incredible dedications that Forrest Fenn made inside of this treasure hunt to so many different people, so many different army and military people, to law enforcement, and the way the treasure hunt was solved, the 9 clues, the Dancing with the Stars, the treasure was found under a canopy of stars. It's all there, folks. I have everything. And my investigator knows that. And we are going to get that information out to a public media outlet that wants one of the greatest stories ever told. Actually, folks, I call it the greatest story never told, because they blocked me for 5 years. But it's about time. With this Netflix, people aren't going to get answers. You're going to get more confusion, and they're going to try to make it funny, but it's all about fraud and cover up of murder. That's the sad part about the Netflix documentary that's coming out. So if they have my name in it, they better be ready. But I don't think they will. I don't think they have the balls to give the public my name specifically, because when the news comes to talk to me, you're going to finally get answers about what happened at the end of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt, because I'm the guy. I'm the shy guy from back east that Forrest Fenn announced found his treasure precisely using the poem in his book. And I did. And there's 2 ways to solve that poem. Watch my videos and you'll find out. But it's an amazing dedication treasure hunt to lost and forgotten soldiers, to Superman, to superheroes, to everyday superheroes, regular everyday people that were named superheroes because of their abilities. So I thank you folks for watching. My investigator and I have something planned that's coming up, hopefully to rebuttal the Netflix, but we will see how that goes. Subscribe, like, and please share this, because when the Netflix comes out, you're not going to get answers. You're not. You're really not going to get any definitive answers. And there's probably some IA of Forrest Fenn saying something about Wyoming, but he's not giving the solve, folks. It was just a question posed to him. And they'll make it look like that, hey, the treasure was in Wyoming. They're going to do something that they feel they can go up against me, the man from back east, to discredit what Forrest Fenn actually built. And I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to Netflix. And I hope everybody else is too. But remember, when you watch it, it's based on a lie. The whole thing. It's based on theft by deception that the Department of Justice will not look into, even though it's been reported. The Attorney General's office in New Mexico will not look into that fraud, even though it's been reported to them. the Attorney General's office in New Mexico will not look into the fraud, even though it's been reported to them. And the Santa Fe Police Department will not reopen the murder case of Forrest Fenn. And I'm going to put pictures in this video so that you understand some of the things as I said along. I have the evidence. I have absolute evidence of proof that Shiloh Old murdered Forrest Fenn, and the family came up with a whole cover-up of the murder. They helped him because they had already had the treasure for a year. Not 2 months or 3 months from June 2020. They had the treasure chest from back in September or November of 2019. That's why Forrest Fenn, he said in December of 2019, I absolutely know that the treasure chest is still in the location where I hid it 10 years ago. Because Shiloh Old went to Palisades Sill, Cimarron Canyon, and dug it up at Palisades Sill at the Kenton-Esser grave marker. And he reburied it and then went back with friends in November 4th of 2019 and dug it up and stole it. That's the story, folks. That's a true story. Absolutely. So I hope you folks look into it. I thank you for watching. I hope you give me a thumbs up. Have a great day and look forward to March 27th. Netflix, Gold and Greed by Shiloh Old and the family and the Fenn community. All stealing that treasure chest from me. The little old guy who had brain damage who solved that treasure hunt. I had a disability and they took advantage of it. And they're still taking advantage of it. They will not reopen this case. That's the shame. That's a shame that somebody that may not have the same abilities as somebody else, that they would do this incredible crime too, and then murder Forrest to cover it up. So I lose credibility with my brain injury. Why? Because I had a left brain injury that made my right brain start working like a savant? Who knows? Folks, thanks. Keep your chin up. You'll get answers soon enough. If you want to watch my videos, you'll get answers right away of what actually happened in Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. But please pause as you watch my videos. I put up a lot of information in a short period of time and a great amount of superheroes that Forrest Fenn used as connections. It's not just something that, it seems like it's just coincidence. It's not coincidence. It's deliberately. He was an architect when he built that poem. And that poem leads precisely to the treasure chest location where the Kenton-Esser grave marker is. So that's a given. That's absolutely 100%. Don't mess with the poem. First stanza, pinpoints Palisades Cell and Superman alone in Fortress of Solitude. The second line is begin the map. Begin it where warm waters halt. And Agua Fria Peak is where Angel Fire ski area is. That's where you dip your toe into, a ski boot. Angel Fire ski area. That's where warm waters halt. That mountain is where you dip your toe in your ski boot to go. All the answers are there. It's amazing, amazing. And I'm excited to get this information out because it's been blocked. So, folks, thank you again, and have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.